and I told us the game. And now we control it and we run it. Hip-hop is us. We run hip-hop. Yeah, we run hip-hop. Down bottom, southern.
If he's that confident, you know, I give him a little glimpse. It's crazy. I give him a little glimpse. Check that out, man. Cut it out.
Think about this for a second. Lil Wayne, headlined Super Bowl in New Orleans. How badly do you want to hear those words?
Just as bad as I wanted to see my name at the top of that list when I was that whatever age it was, and I would bust into the office and get that Billboard magazine.
Drake does not want Kendrick to perform Not Like Us at the Super Bowl. That is the play here. All this is because he does not want Kendrick to perform that song at the Super Bowl. Lord child, it's nasty.
Don't try me. Birdman's got a bone to pick with the NFL, and it's a big one. The Cash Money Records mogul is putting the league on blast for a potential Super Bowl performance that could stir up some serious controversy. Who's in the crosshairs? Hip-hop titans Jay-Z and Kendrick Lamar. What's got Birdman so fired up? Tune in to find out why he's threatening to unleash a firestorm if they dare to perform their controversial track, Not Like Us, at the Super Bowl. Get ready for a showdown that could shake the foundations of the music industry. Birdman threatens Jay-Z. Birdman has issued a threat to Jay-Z regarding the potential performance of Kendrick Lamar's song, Not Like Us, which disses Drake, at the upcoming Super Bowl. He has suggested that he possesses compromising information about Jay-Z and Roc Nation, which he may disclose if provoked. However, fans are ridiculing Birdman for involving himself in this situation, arguing that his own history of dubious business dealings and unsettling rumors makes him an unsuitable person to threaten exposure. These include a $51 million lawsuit from Lil Wayne, accusations of theft from Juvenile, Mannie Fresh's departure from the label, and a disturbing rumor about Birdman's inappropriate behavior towards a young Lil Wayne.
You and Wayne had like a kiss thing going on.
Facts.
So your thing is like, was that like some mafia shit?
Wait, first of all, my own born son,
Yes.
I would kiss him.
Now, this isn't the first time Birdman has ever had a war of words with Jay-Z. Over the years, he's thrown shade at Jay on multiple occasions, especially with his whole best rapper alive claim for Lil Wayne and that highly publicized feud over unpaid royalties. However, fans are saying Birdman better keep his nose out of the whole drama with Drake and Kendrick at the Super Bowl before his own skeletons start falling out of the closet. Considering that Birdman has been threatening to expose Jay-Z and Roc Nation, the timing of his threats must be taken into consideration. The drama is unfolding right in the middle of the biggest publicized event, the Super Bowl halftime show, and Birdman knows just how to use drama to gain attention. While Birdman's past is replete with lawsuits and hearsay, his current threats are more than just a battle of words. They're about making a statement, with Kendrick Lamar set to perform Not Like Us, a track that has been a thorn in the side of the Cash Money kingpin. Birdman is capitalizing on the moment to make a stand for his own artists, even if it means revisiting old grievances. The public reaction to the threat from Birdman will largely be influenced by how credible they view the man himself, in that he has his own checkered past. But whether the Bird is making a move or just fueling fire in an already blazing battle remains to be seen. But what is Birdman precisely threatening Jay-Z with, though? Is he claiming he has real dirt on Jay and Roc Nation, or is just posturing because he is still mad after all those times Jay outed him?
I don't give a about what other did it before me. They didn't plant the seed of the hustle. We Southern, we created this. I created this. I'm the that made these rich.
Birdman stirs rivalry. The intense competition between Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, and Birdman represents a notable chapter in hip-hop history. Their ongoing efforts to outshine each other fueled this rivalry for years. Jay-Z, who has consistently positioned himself as a dominant force in rap music, encountered a challenge from Lil Wayne, an artist who initially idolized Jay-Z but ultimately aimed to dethrone him. Wayne openly declared his aspirations. particularly when Jay-Z hinted at retirement following the Black Album. Seizing this opportunity, Wayne boldly rapped over Jay-Z's instrumentals on his 2004 mixtape, The Prefix, signaling his serious intentions. In 2005, with the release of his celebrated album, The Carter II, Wayne further asserted himself with the song Best Rapper Alive, prompting speculation about his pursuit of Jay-Z's status. Although Wayne continued to publicly acknowledge Jay-Z, his self-belief was striking. The situation became complicated in 2006 when Jay-Z arranged for Wayne to appear on Destiny's Child's track, Soldier. This collaboration, while ostensibly a gesture of approval, concealed Jay-Z's attempt to lure Wayne to Def Jam Recordings. However, Wayne remained committed to Birdman and Cash Money Records. He remained loyal to his team and doubled down on building his own thing with Young Money instead. By 2006, things between Jay and Wayne started heating up again. Jay dropped his album Kingdom Come, and fans couldn't stop speculating if he was still taking subliminal shots at Wayne, especially on tracks like Trouble, where Jay kept throwing up the word Lil. Wayne didn't hold back either. In a 2006 interview with Complex, he made it clear he wasn't feeling Jay's whole "I'm the savior of rap" vibe. Wayne basically said if Jay thought he was coming back to take the crown, he'd have to go through him first. And to top it off, Wayne flat out said, "I'm better than you." By 2007, the tension between Jay and Wayne was still on a roll. Jay threw more jabs at Wayne on T.I.'s Watch What You Say to Me, and the rivalry went official. Then out of nowhere, they teamed up for Hello Brooklyn 2.0 on Jay's American Gangster album that left everyone scratching their heads. Wayne wasn't having that, though. He hit hard with the remix of Jay's Show Me What You Got and spit bars so insane that fans started saying he outdid Jay on his own song. But just when the beef looked like it was on the verge of blowing again, it flipped. Both were giving the other props, and by 2008, even Jay called Wayne "my heir" on the Mr. Carter record from The Carter III, a testament to mutual respect. But let Birdman leave it to keep the drama alive. In 2009, he stirred things up again by proclaiming Wayne the best rapper alive in an interview, throwing some not-so-subtle shade at Jay-Z in the process. "I don't think Jay-Z is the #1 MC in no kind of way," Birdman told Tropical TV. "Wayne's the best. He do the most, and he make the most money. I don't think no man in the business make more money than us. How can you be the best if you don't make the most money, and you don't do the most?" Lyrically, come on, man, be for real. Can't nobody with Wayne. If you #1 and you ain't getting no money, it don't mean nothing. Birdman and Nicki shade Jay-Z over Kendrick's Super Bowl spot. The rivalry intensified when Jay-Z responded on his track AM with the now infamous "Baby Money" line, disparaging Birdman's financial status in comparison to his own. Lil Wayne retaliated on his song It's Good, even including a provocative remark about Beyoncé. In 2012, Wayne continued his attacks at a Young Money Grammy party, rapping, "I asked her what you wanna watch. She said surely, not The Throne," a clear reference to Jay-Z and Kanye West's collaborative album, Watch the Throne. Despite these exchanges, the conflict remained largely contained. Jay-Z addressed the situation on his song La Familia, establishing boundaries regarding his family but refraining from further escalation. The rivalry primarily persisted through lyrical jabs, with Wayne eventually acknowledging Jay-Z's status as one of the greatest rappers of all time. Both artists have minimized the significance of the conflict in subsequent years. However, the past animosity between Birdman and Jay-Z has resurfaced due to the controversy surrounding Kendrick Lamar's potential headlining performance at the 2025 Super Bowl halftime show. Birdman has adopted an aggressive stance, threatening to expose Jay-Z and Roc Nation. So here's the deal. As you all know by now, Kendrick is set to perform in New Orleans, which just so happens to be Cash Money Records' home turf, the label that basically put New Orleans rap on the map. And naturally, some people in the industry were quick to question why Wayne was snubbed. To make things even messier, Nicki Minaj hopped into the mix to throw shade at Jay and Roc Nation to stand up for Lil Wayne. Nicki went on a rampage on X posts against Jay-Z, declaring that even though Jay has everything in the world, he is still spiteful and evil. "Go be effing happy," Nicki wrote. "In rap business and women's business, when you got the politicians and the police, you're good though. Plus that ugly Laffy Taffy alien." But Nicki didn't stop there. She also wrote this: "Denying a young black man when he rightfully put into this game for no other reason but your ego. Your hatred for Birdman, Drake and Nicki got you punishing Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne, the GOAT. Nola, what's good?" Eminem stood firm on having 50 Cent come out, "A white man is sad." And then Birdman came through to back Nicki up, promising to get his revenge on Jay in the process. Birdman wrote on X, "Shaking my effing head. Those P-word. Nicki, Drake, Lil Wayne, YMCMB. I'ma make these respect us. Heish. For real. But how does Birdman intend to make Jay-Z and Roc Nation respect him and his crew? Is he sitting on some major dirt he's threatening to air out? Or is he just bluffing?" The tension that always seemed to be hanging there between Jay-Z and Birdman was a live bomb, and with Kendrick at the Super Bowl, the situation exploded. The two have been using social media to exchange blows, and Birdman joined Nicki Minaj in really getting in on the action. Nicki Minaj had already stirred things up by posting claims Jay was stabbing Wayne in the back. Seizing the moment with Kendrick's Super Bowl performance in New Orleans, which is, of course, Cash Money territory, Birdman takes the moment to send a direct message to Jay-Z. "You can't disrespect us and get away with it. Birdman's beef with Jay-Z is not about Kendrick Lamar headlining the Super Bowl. It is about long-standing animosity and unresolved beef in the power struggle of the music industry." Jay-Z and Birdman have been seeking dominance in the game over the years. But now that Nicki Minaj is part of the mix, things have gotten a little more interesting. The beef is not even about music. Both sides are using social media as their weapon of choice. For Birdman, it would be a perfect opportunity to remind Jay-Z who contributed to the evolution of rap in New Orleans. And for Jay-Z, it's all about retaining his throne. Birdman threatens Roc Nation amid past scandals. Numerous individuals familiar with the music industry have alleged that Roc Nation engages in unethical practices, and sources close to Birdman assert that he possesses evidence to substantiate these claims. He is reportedly prepared to disclose this information if Kendrick Lamar performs Not Like Us at the Super Bowl. However, some observers have expressed skepticism about Birdman's credibility, citing his own controversial past and accusations of impropriety. Specifically, rumors have persisted regarding Birdman's alleged inappropriate behavior towards a young Lil Wayne. These rumors intensified after the resurfacing of a video depicting Birdman kissing Wayne on the lips. This kiss occurred during a Rap City interview where Birdman publicly declared Wayne as his son. Despite Birdman's explanation of the kiss as a paternal expression of affection, many remain unconvinced, particularly in light of Birdman's statement that Wayne is the only individual he kisses on the lips.
Yo, baby, they want to see the grill. They got to show.
They want to see the.
I ain't tripping. I put all this in my mouth for a reason. I got 100 plus. I got 15 carats. You understand? You won't see them. They big and they swole.
So when you kiss, I gotta ask, ladies. I got y'all up here. So when you kiss a girl, right?
Hey, I'm the only person he kissed.
I got y'all up here. So when you kiss a girl, right?
Hey, I'm the only person he kissed. That's how I roll. That's nobody else, man. We roll like that.
Now.
Ain't no freak. We just roll like that. That's my son. I raised him, you heard?
I'm gonna leave that one alone. Manny.
Yes,
what's up, man?
Then it got even worse. Some claiming this was all just some culture-based thing gone wrong. Others going that much further with sinister accusations toward either person involved. But when those started circulating, which involved the claim Birdman has had Wayne in his pocket from youth through manipulating him as a boy who was only 11 and signing a contract before becoming of major age, then it wasn't looking good at all.
He's a millionaire from the streets, and in New Orleans, you know, that name way before there was rap, before there was a Cash Money Records, that name held weight.
And his time passed, Wayne himself began to openly talk about feeling trapped under Birdman's control. When Wayne filed a $51 million lawsuit against Birdman in 2015 over unpaid royalties, his accusations gave fans more to latch onto. Wayne even alleged that Birdman had kept him in a slave contract for years, which many fans saw as confirmation of the unhealthy dynamics of their relationship. And if we're talking about skeletons in Birdman's closet, we cannot avoid the manner by which he handled his artists. The manner in which Birdman has allegedly exploited the talents of artists on his label, particularly during the 90s and 2000s, is super messy. And Wayne isn't the only artist who has accused Birdman of shady business practices. There are many other examples of artists who claimed Birdman either didn't pay them what they agreed on, mismanaged contracts, or simply walked away from business deals without delivering on promises. One of the most high-profile examples of this is former Cash Money star Turk, who claimed Birdman mismanaged his career and left him hanging during his prison sentence. The role of hip-hop's evolving business landscape. The persistent conflict between Birdman, Jay-Z, and the Cash Money collective illustrates not just personal clashes, but also the changing landscape of the hip-hop industry. Hip-hop's rise from an obscure genre to a mainstream powerhouse over the last 2 decades is intertwined with the actions of figures like Jay-Z and Birdman, who have significantly influenced its trajectory. Jay-Z's evolution from rapper to business leader, exemplified by endeavors like Roc Nation and Tidal, reflects a movement towards artists seeking greater control over their careers and finances. This signifies a departure from conventional artist-label dynamics, with an emphasis on ownership and influence beyond music. These evolving business strategies indicate that success is now evaluated not just by musical accomplishments, but also by the capacity to diversify into other sectors and establish enduring legacies. This is redefining the concept of success in the music world, as influential figures redefine the meaning of industry leadership. Conversely, Birdman's strategy adheres to the traditional model of record label ownership, with Cash Money operating as a family enterprise. Although successful, this model has caused friction, notably with artists like Drake and Lil Wayne, who desired more autonomy. The emergence of streaming services and independent labels, coupled with artists reclaiming their intellectual property, has disrupted the power dynamics that Birdman and other traditional moguls depended on. The rise of independent ventures has compelled Birdman to adjust, mirroring a broader industry shift towards greater artistic freedom and financial control for artists. The growing importance of digital platforms such as YouTube, TikTok, and SoundCloud has driven this process even further. Thus, without label support, indie artists now can take a shortcut to fame with these digital mediums. The digital mediums have given control over music and career-building opportunities for artists, in which millions can be garnered for both fans and commerce alike. The case of Chance the Rapper is an example of how an artist can maintain independence using digital platforms and avoid the restrictions that often accompany major labels. Travis Scott has also used his cultural influence to venture into fashion and brand collaborations, creating a business empire far beyond music.
We tried to work this situation out for 2 years, and it came to a point where, enough was enough. And we at where we at today, man, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just waiting.
Juvenile, Manny Fresh, and Birdman's legal issues. Another significant breach of trust involved Juvenile, a prominent Cash Money artist in the late 1990s. Following the immense success of his album 400 Digitrin, Juvenile severed ties with Cash Money due to a financial disagreement. This separation underscored the ongoing conflicts within the label.
I need to be compensated for. I'm working hard. I just want to get paid for it.
Now, was it a bad contract, or they just wasn't paying nobody?
Yeah, it was a bad contract. It was a bad contract, and it was just other things going on outside of that where I felt like I needed to get paid for, like shows, a lot of things, man.
Juvenile's experience exemplifies a pervasive issue within the music industry: the exploitation of artists despite their significant contributions. Unfavorable contractual agreements that restrict earning potential and inadequate remuneration are widespread concerns, but the problem is particularly egregious when top-performing artists like Juvenile are denied equitable compensation. The discrepancy between Juvenile's earnings and those of Birdman and Slim illustrates how record labels can take advantage of their most successful talent. This practice, prevalent throughout the industry, raises concerns regarding the fairness and transparency of music contracts. Juvenile openly accused Birdman of financial impropriety, alleging that Birdman had misappropriated funds from him. This accusation significantly damaged Cash Money's standing, prompting concerns about Birdman's capacity to foster positive relationships with artists. Furthermore, Juvenile criticized Birdman's unconventional display of affection towards Lil Wayne.
I got Wacko, you know what I mean? I don't even look at him like that. Wayne, I look at him like a little boy. Because look at it, I mean, what kind of cat gonna go on national TV and kiss a cat that ain't his daddy and call him his daddy? You know what I mean?
And then there's Manny Fresh, the legendary producer who made Cash Money what it is. While Manny Fresh was important in establishing and defining the sound of that label when it first formed, his public break with Birdman was pretty messy. Everyone was saying that Birdman undervalued Manny Fresh on these tracks, and that Manny Fresh wasn't even being treated well out of respect for Birdman's practices.
You know, you spoke about Baby Birdman not paying you out your royalties. You know, did the money situation ever get worked out?
I mean, that's what we going through right now. Like, we back at that point. You know, it was one time that was done. Now we back at that. Like, you know, and I wish it didn't have to be that way, but it's got to be that way because, you know, even prior to right now, you know, us speaking, they still selling music that, you know, it's got my name on it. And as an artist, I'm going to always want that. Like, that's mine. That's earned. That's deserved.
It's extremely frustrating to hear that these are still the same problems for Birdman and Cash Money all these years later. That it's artists such as Manny Fresh who are still having to fight for what they deserve reflects more of a systemic issue with how the label has managed its own affairs. When artists are not seeing the money they are owed even after multiple lawsuits and years of success, then it raises very serious questions about how the business is being run. The fact that they continue to sell music with these artists' names on it, yet refuse to pay them what they deserve, shows a complete lack of respect for their hard work. It's not about the money, it's about principles of fairness and loyalty in an industry that often exploits talent. Now, let's discuss the litany of Birdman's legal woes. From a plethora of lawsuits to tax evasion claims, one of the biggest legal battles he faced was from none other than Lil Wayne himself, who alleged that the label did not pay him adequate royalties for his The Carter series. But that was not the end of it. Birdman's shady financial dealings were again exposed when he faced foreclosure on his $4.5 million mansion in Miami. The house was linked to some serious financial issues that raised questions about Birdman's business practices. And on top of that, there were also rumors that Birdman had been trying to hide assets and evade taxes. Now, aside from his business dealings, there's a whole host of disturbing rumors about Birdman's past. For one, there are rumors about his criminal connections and alleged links to the New Orleans underworld. Birdman's street ties and shady reputation. Birdman's reputation has been shrouded in the persistent rumors of underworld connections with the New Orleans underworld. While unconfirmed, such rumors have contributed to the myth of Birdman's ascension to fame as contentious. His street history, coupled with the perceived moves he made to earn himself a place, always serves as a reminder of how murky the relationships can get behind the success of these figures. While Birdman's influence in the music world remains, his past continues to serve as a complex backdrop to his current actions, including his threats against Jay-Z and Roc Nation. Given his own track record, his willingness to stir up new conflict seems at odds with his reputation, prompting many to question his true motives. How do you feel about Birdman threatening to expose Jay-Z when his own reputation isn't exactly clean? And what's the deal with Birdman and Drake throwing tantrums over Kendrick headlining the Super Bowl halftime show? Do you think Drake's lawsuit against UMG could actually block Kendrick from performing Not Like Us that's a wrap. If you liked what you saw, make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe so you never miss an update. Let us know what you think, and don't forget to check out the next video right here on the screen. Catch you in the next one.